Last few days of spring ball now, you guys just had a little intra-squad work and preparing for Errit on Thursday. Just how do you feel about where y'all are in this early off-season process? You're a veteran guy now, you know what needs to be accomplished in an off-season. How do you feel about where y'all are?
Improvement. At the end of the day, defense had a good game, but offense, we got to pick it up because it's a collective thing. But the way our defense played, that's going to get our offense better. So improvements. Just because some people think we had a good day, we really had a bad day. A lot of false steps, a lot of missed assignments, a lot of missed tackles. All that got to get better.
How is your role as a guy that's preparing for senior year when you're trying to clean up some of that stuff? How do you approach that? What can you do to help some of the younger guys clean that up?
Emphasize film study. A lot of young guys don't want to take the time and watch themselves on film because it's boring hours. Extremely boring. I probably, during the season, I wake up, I take my nap when I get home after practice, then I wake up at 12 o'clock and watch film till 1. It's really boring hours, but you have to do it. It's necessary.
How good can this defense be if everybody takes care of their business?
Top 10. Top 10.
Seeing as Sheldon, we kind of know you. We know the safeties. We know a few guys in this 20. And there are some other guys. I mean, you mentioned one that we are getting to know. Sheldon is a guy that I think is primed for a blow-up. You got some young current 8th graders and 9th graders doing some things for you. What is it like as an older guy to see some of these other guys start to kind of find their role and step up and show what they can do in some flashes?
I'm extremely hard. I'm extremely hard on them because I'm a testament of doing bad things can go good. I wasn't always the most disciplined as kid when I was younger. I could argue with coaches. I took my helmet off. I wanted to fight. But you have to grow discipline. I see these young kids, they walk around like the world is in their time. It's not on your time. So like right now, I'm about to go in my senior year. It feel like yesterday I was just an 8th grader in they same shoes. So I emphasize being hard on them. If you really want this football thing to go to the next level, these are your steps. It's boring, it's hard, but guess what? That's the reason only 2% of people go to the NFL.
When did that click for you? When did the light bulb go off that you knew what you needed to do, you needed to clean up some things on your end?
My sophomore year. We all been there. I was confident, I was cocky. I thought my stuff didn't stink. And then I went against an old lineman who was recruited to go to Florida State, and he killed me the whole game. And that woke me up like I gotta get bigger, gotta get stronger, I gotta get smarter. A lot of people don't think DNs have to watch film or they don't have to be smart, they just play. No, man, we gotta be smart. If you hear me out there, I'm communicating some of the checks. So it's good to be a smart DN.
You've had some of the college stuff start falling into place for you. Some really good momentum, picking up some offers. Had a chance to take a couple visits to UL, Tulane, TCU, and Auburn. Just how has that side of things been going for you? Who are the schools you feel like you're hearing from the most consistently or being kind of prioritized by?
Most consistently so far has been Missouri. I really like the coach. Me and him had a good talk. But right now, it's just I appreciate all those offers. I don't want nobody to think I don't appreciate it, but I'm not done with my senior year. I still have a lot to finish. We still got that chip in December. So, you know what I mean? And I love every coach that's talked to me. And I appreciate everything because they're giving me an opportunity to change my mother's life who's standing right there, to give her the house that she needs. But at the end of the day, it's about my teammates.
When you look at where you were 2 years ago and realize you're now an SEC recruit, what is that like to realize that some of what you've done, some of that focus is starting to pay off, and people here obviously realize it, and I talked to some of the younger players who are looking up to you, but people around the country at some of these big football programs are seeing what you're doing and recognizing that with offers.
I'm extremely grateful. I wouldn't have done none of this without my mother, my parents, support system, because at the end of the day, it takes a village to raise a kid. And I wouldn't have done this without God. I wouldn't have done this without nobody. So I cried when I went to Auburn because it was a different experience to understand that people from my neighborhood usually don't get to go there. And so I have the chance to do something that nobody else in my family can say they did. So I appreciate everything.
You mentioned emphasizing that senior year. The college stuff is great, but you're trying to accomplish some big things here this fall. What should folks expect to see from this Shaw Eagles team? Y'all's 24 groups last go round. And there's a lot of talented younger guys coming behind you too, but just what is it going to look like on a Friday night over here?
Friday night intense. Even though we may not be the biggest team, when you come look at us, you know, we hit. Anybody that come in here thinking it's finna be a sweep or a piece of cake, we hit, of course. And I emphasize improvement. because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. So, but we hitting though. Shaw coming.